In a distant realm where dwarves and elves walk the land, and danger lurks at every turn, a small hobbit embarks on the adventure of a lifetime. Meet Frodo Baggins, an unlikely hero with a heart of gold, and a ring that's anything but. When his Uncle Bilbo hands down a shiny trinket, Frodo quickly discovers it's no ordinary piece of jewelry. It's the One Ring, crafted by the Dark Lord Sauron, a malevolent force with a plan to cloak the world in darkness. And it's up to Frodo to destroy it. But Frodo isn't facing this peril alone. Enter the Fellowship, a band of brave companions. There's Aragorn, a mysterious ranger with a hidden royal lineage. Legolas, the elf with flawless aim and even better hair. Gimli, the fierce dwarf proving that size isn't everything. Boromir, a noble warrior whose ambition may be his undoing. And of course, Frodo's trusty Shire friends, Samwise, Merry, and Pippin, always on the lookout for their next meal. And let's not forget Gandalf, the wise old wizard with plenty of magic up his sleeve. Together, they'll cross dangerous lands filled with orcs, goblins, and the occasional cave troll. Their mission, to destroy the One Ring in the fires of Mount Doom, buried deep in enemy territory.
I'm sure you've seen these intriguing trailers making waves all over social media. Channels like these are taking brand new movies or classic TV shows and giving them a 1950s Super Panavision movie style with the help of AI. And what's really fascinating is that people can't seem to get enough of them. If you're not convinced, just check out this channel that's posted literally one video, and it's already on track for monetization. Then there's this other one blowing up with these jaw-dropping numbers, even on their newest videos. Now here's the best part. You can do this yourself, and it doesn't have to cost a dime. Yep, you don't need to empty your wallet to make these kinds of videos. In fact, I'll show you how to pull this off using both free and paid tools. We'll go step by step, starting with how to create a script for the trailer. Then we'll dive into 2 easy methods to generate some great image prompts for your story. Once we've got our prompts ready, there are 2 different ways we can create the videos. The first option is to generate images, either with free or paid tools, and animate them. The second option, just generate the video directly using simple prompts. After that, we'll move on to the voiceover and of course find the perfect background music to give your trailer that cinematic edge. I'll even show you how to edit the voiceover to give it that classic megaphone style sound, and we'll finish by compiling everything in CapCut. So let's jump right in. The first thing we're going to do is create the script for our video. For this demo, we'll make a short trailer for Lord of the Rings. To do this, we'll head over to ChatGPT and ask for a voiceover narration in that iconic 1950s style. If you want to feature specific characters in the narration, you can include those details too. And just like that, our script is ready in seconds. Now it's time to create the prompts that'll help us generate our images. There are 2 ways you can go about this. The first method is super simple. Just ask GPT to give you 20 prompts and don't forget to specify the image style. I'll be leaving the full prompt down in the video description for you. This method works like a charm, but sometimes you want the images to be closer to the original scenes from the story. In that case, here's what you do. Go through your story and identify the specific scenes you need visuals for. Once you've done that, head over to Google, find the scene or character you're after, and download the image. Now, the fun part. Upload the image to ChatGPT and ask it to create a prompt based on that scene or character. In just a few seconds, you'll have a simple prompt that'll recreate something similar but in the style you're aiming for. We'll test this method first with Midjourney before moving on to other free tools. So go ahead and copy that final prompt. While Midjourney is my go-to for high-quality images in this style, you're free to use DALL-E or any other premium image generator that you like. Since I've already set up a private server on Midjourney, we'll head there. Start with /imagine and paste the prompt we just copied. Let's clean up the prompt a little by moving the image style to the beginning, and this looks good. So let's generate that image. Take a look at these results. Not bad, but we need our character to face the camera for that dramatic effect. So, back to ChatGPT, we go to make some tweaks to the prompt. Now that we have our updated version, we'll copy it, go back to Midjourney, and start another image generation. Paste the new prompt, adjust the same details as before, and hit enter. Check out these results. It's looking so much better, and the image style is spot on for what we're going for. Let's give it another shot, but this time with Gandalf. We'll quickly grab an image of him from Google, upload it to ChatGPT for a new prompt, and follow the same steps. Back to Midjourney. Type the command, paste the prompt, tweak it, and let's see what we get. These images look good, but I think we can push them a little further. So, let's regenerate and see what we get. Now these are looking way better, and we can definitely use any of these for our story. We'll go with the bottom left image, so let's select U3 to enlarge that one. To save time, we won't go through all the images for every scene, but just know that the process is pretty similar for each one. Next, let's explore how to create these images using some free tools. We'll try out both Leonardo AI and Ideogram. First up, Leonardo AI. The first thing you'll want to do is choose your preferred preset. Then, we'll select the right aspect ratio and paste our prompt. Of course, you can make any adjustments to the prompt before hitting generate. Now, check out the results. Not bad at all, but you can always tweak the settings until you're happy with what you get. Now, let's move on to ideogram and see what it gives us. The results here are also really solid. Again, feel free to play around with the prompt if you're looking for something specific or just want to fine-tune the results. With our images ready, it's time to bring them to life by animating them. You can use any image-to-video generator you like, but I recommend Luma Dream Machine or Runway ML. Personally, I prefer Runway ML because free users get some credits to generate videos, which is super convenient. So, let's dive into Runway ML. First, hit this button to start. Make sure your preferred model is selected, upload your image, and add the same prompt you used for generating the image. Let's go with 5 seconds for the video duration and start generating. Now, if you're using the free version, you might hit an error here and there, but with a couple more tries, it should get going. If you're planning to get into this niche seriously, I'd recommend investing in a paid video generator for ease and reliability. That said, there are still free options, and I'll show you one right after this step. It's currently free, but it'll likely move to a paid model soon. The clips we've made so far look great, so let's try it out with our second image. We'll upload the image, add the prompt, and wait for the final results. This one turned out well too. I'll skip over the rest of the scenes for now and move on to generating videos straight from text next. The tool we'll be using is called Minimax. It's a text-to-video generator that's been making waves lately. If you want to dive deeper into how it works, check out this video. Their website isn't in English, but no worries. Just use your browser's translate feature to navigate. Once you're there, simply hit this button to start and paste your prompt. You can tweak the prompt however you like, and when you're ready, hit create to start generating your video. From what I've seen, the video generation usually takes about 5 minutes or so. Alright, our video is ready. Check out the result, it looks super cool. The character's subtle movements, the smooth panning camera, everything looks spot on. I'll skip ahead and generate one for our second character now. This one is just as impressive, if not more so. The environment, the way the character moves, the outfit, it's all looking sharp. And the best part? I didn't even need to regenerate any scenes. Now that our clips are done, the next step is creating the voiceover. For this, we'll be using 11 Labs, but feel free to use any text-to-speech tool you prefer. The first thing we need to do is head back to ChatGPT and copy our narration. One tip, if you want the voiceover to sound smooth, paste the text in batches of under 700 characters. Personally, I like to keep it under 500 characters, but 700 works fine too. Once you've got your text ready, you can browse through the voices on 11 Labs or search their huge library of voice options. I've made a video listing my favorite English voices from their library, so feel free to check that out if you're curious. Now let's generate the voiceover. Before we move on to editing, we need some epic background music for the trailer. There are 3 easy ways to find copyright-free tracks. The first and simplest is to grab one from YouTube's audio library. The second way to get your background music is by using either a paid music library like Epidemic Sound or free platforms like Chosic or Pixabay. These platforms offer tons of copyright-free soundtracks that you can use without any legal worries. The third option is using AI music generators to create your own soundtrack. Just make sure to select instrumental, then include a description like epic orchestral music, and maybe even mention the movie title to guide the AI. Most of these tools have free tiers for users, but they often don't cover commercial use. So once your channel starts making money, I recommend paying for the tool to avoid any potential legal issues down the line. Now, before we jump into CapCut to pull everything together, we need to edit our voiceover. If you've watched similar videos, you'll notice the narration usually sounds like it's coming from an old radio or megaphone. I'll show you 2 ways to achieve that effect. First up is with Premiere Pro. Start by importing the voiceover files into a new project and dropping them into your timeline. Then, go to Effects, search for Parametric Equalizer, and drop it onto your first track. Next, head to Effect Controls. Click Edit for the effect, and choose the preset that gives you that old radio sound. After that, go back to Effects, search for Single Band Compressor, and apply it to the same track. Click Edit on that effect, select the appropriate preset, and then adjust the output gain to 16. Now, to save time, you can copy these effects and paste them onto any other voiceover tracks you have. Just make sure the parametric equalizer is applied before the single band compressor for each track. Once all your voiceovers are set, go to File and Export Media. Since we only want the audio, turn off the video track and select MP3. Hit Export and voila! Your modified voiceover is good to go. If you don't have Premiere Pro, no worries. You can do this with Audacity, which is completely free to download. Simply drag the voiceover into the app and make sure it's selected. Then head to Effect, choose Filter Curve EQ from here and select the radio preset from the options. You can tweak the graph if needed, but once you're happy, export the file in MP3 format and you're all set. The final step is editing the video. First, import all your files into CapCut and drop the voiceover onto the timeline. AI-generated voices can sometimes have long pauses, so let's go ahead and cut those out, aligning the tracks so that the narration flows smoothly. Once that's done, you can start arranging the clips according to how the story unfolds. Crop the clips as needed and enlarge others for emphasis. To save time, I'll quickly breeze through this part. Now for some finishing touches, you might want to add one of these filters to see what works best for your video. We'll use this one, dragging it across the entire video to give it that vintage feel. One thing I like to add for extra flair is a grainy texture. So let's drop in a grain effect and change the blend mode to color dodge or screen for that cool retro vibe. This looks great, so let's go ahead and duplicate it a few times to cover the video. Here's an optional step, but I've noticed that a lot of these retro-style videos include a top and bottom border effect. It's super easy to do. Just grab a black background image, position it at the top of the video, then duplicate it and do the same for the bottom. I'll leave every one of these files and prompts in the resource channel of my Discord server. Link will be in the description and on my channel page. If you want to animate the border so that it appears gradually, here's how. Select the clip, add a horizontal mask, then set a keyframe. Move forward a second or two, and drag the mask to create the effect. Let's play it back. Yep, that looks awesome. You can repeat this process for the top border as well. The last step before you export the file is to add the background music. Decrease the volume and trim it. Finally, the video can be exported at 1080p resolution. If you end up with a watermark on your video, you can easily remove it. Just head over to 123 apps and select their watermark removal tool. Upload your video, and then simply draw a rectangle around the watermark. The tool isn't perfect, but it does a pretty decent job in most cases. Once you're happy with the results, all that's left is to export your video, and you're good to go. And there you have it. If you're into this niche, you'll definitely want to check out some other amazing niches that are trending on YouTube right now. Watch this video and let me know your thoughts in the comments.